The whole idea of becoming parents felt so impossible at the start, and it felt like so many hurdles that we would have to overcome.
I don't know if it was me or you, or we both felt equally like we wanted to have children.
I'd always been the career girl, wanted to get to a certain level, but always knew that I wanted to have children.
It was around the time we got civil partnered,
Yeah.
so it was about 5-6 years ago.
And that was when we started thinking about having children.
It was kind of quite important to keep us grounded in case it didn't work.
The first process for us was to decide where we were going to get the sperm from. So we first thought about asking a friend, but then decided that actually we'd rather kind of go it alone and choose an unknown donor.
And we came to surrogacy in the UK because it's about altruism, friendship, and generosity, and making a family from that.
I had friends who had issues with sort of miscarriage, sort of trying to have children later on in life. I myself, we had 10 years of infertility, hence why there's such a big gap between my sort of first and second daughter. So I understood what it was like to want a child and not be able to have a child.
I'd always spoken about having children as opposed to a child, and I didn't want Clem to be an only child. I remember sitting in a cafe one day and he was drawing a picture of his family, and he drew a picture of Mummy and himself, and he also drew his sibling, his brother or his sister, and he'd written my brother and sister. And I knew that he wanted that sibling.
The big ethos of Surrogacy UK, which is the organisation through which we met Anna, is friendship first. So it's all about connecting people, and if they then become friends, then there is a chance that they can help to create a family together. We were so fortunate to meet Anna, who's just become one of our closest friends, and we love dearly, along with all of her family.
You want that bond with the couple, you don't want it with a child. You don't want any issues with sort of separation, so you've got to have that trust that I will hand the baby over, and equally that they will want the baby. And then obviously, because I'm a host surrogate, we involve a clinic to sort of try and make that dream come true for whoever you're working with at the time.
I approached Care saying, oh, I've had one child, but can I go back on the sperm donor waiting list? It's not a negative thing at all, because at the end of the day you will have that child, and that child is yours.
I think I did a bit of research, didn't I, into success rates, and Care had good success rates.
The really positive thing, actually, from the perspective of the team at Care was we felt that we were seeing the same people right from the start of the process through to the end, so we were able to build that relationship with the team.
Care Fertility were basically, Les and Chris went to them to sort of do all their tests and to create their embryos with an anonymous egg donor. They've just been amazing. I mean, sort of the likes of Francesca and Hayley, who are the sort of the support workers for surrogacy. They were just very supportive, very friendly. I could sort of speak to them if I had an issue that I didn't necessarily want to talk to the guys about. They were there, sort of email, phone, nothing was too much trouble for them. So they're very good at knowing the process and making sure that you are aware of what you need to do.
They've always made the whole process feel quite personal, and they've been really respectful of our situation, of our relationship.
They feel like a bit of a family, I suppose. And everybody is lovely and welcoming.
Well, they become part of the family in a way, because they show as much interest in you as a person and your children. There's a very human side to them, and they know how important it was for me to have that second child.
Since we first went to Care, it probably took us between a year or two to actually have a successful pregnancy, to get past that kind of 12-week stage.
Yeah.
We did our FaceTime with Anna, and all of her family were gathered around, and the thing that she showed us was the positive pregnancy test.
Well, I think shock was the first feeling I had when Anna revealed that she was pregnant. Do you think I cried?
Chris shed a tear.
I didn't.
We had started going through the IVF process long before, obviously, our wedding,
Yeah.
and we had kind of started planning the wedding, and then we thought, oh, let's try again. But our wedding was coming up in 6 months' time, and we were like, oh, should we postpone the wedding, or should we not do this cycle of IVF? But we were like, oh, let's just go for it because we don't know what will happen. And then I got pregnant, so I was pregnant at my own wedding.
The way Care look at matching you, they match as best as they can with either your existing child or your family, your background and colouring and that sort of thing. And then eventually, after 3 rounds of IVF, I did have Spike.
We were there at the birth, we saw it all happen. He was delivered by C-section, so we were up at Anna's head.
Although, you're having a baby for them, it's important to me that they were there absolutely from the start of Eddie's life, and they were able to sit with me in theatre, do their skin to skin.
As soon as he was lifted out in the operating theatre, he was gorgeous.
That look on their face when that baby is given to them, that's it. It makes all of the 9 months of heartburn and sickness and all that just gone in a heartbeat.
It was, quite an unforgettable experience, really, and one that we can't thank Anna enough for.
Yeah.
And now we've got little Eddie, and it's just quite indescribable how it feels to finally, be a family.
And just to be able to tell Clem that he was going to have, as he said, a brother called Spike, was just immense. It was lovely. So that's why Spike is Spike, because Clem decided.
Like, it's so incredible that, we hold our son and, he is in the world because of Anna. It's hard to say how grateful we are to her. So to know that we're going to have that relationship with Anna for years and years to come, and that Eddie will know how he came into being, is really important.
It's true what everybody says, it does change your life. But in a really good way.
It's just lovely, It's sometimes hard as a single parent, but then I think a lot of people who are in couples find it difficult to juggle. So it's no easier or harder, just because I am on my own.
Life now is busy and hectic and wonderful.
We do feel just so lucky to have been able to have her. And it's life-changing, but it's brilliant.